We are done. Finished. Recording. Over. 2 days. We smashed it.
Hang on. This is probably going to need some context, isn't it? Okay, right. I'm Simon from the band PlasticSole. You may remember us from the time you searched for the band English teacher. But anyway, at the beginning of the year, the marvellous Tia Main from Ameritz Records reached out to us and said, hey, got some studio time, why don't you guys come up and record a couple of tracks for us? Well, us being us, we leapt at the chance. And of course, us being us, we decided to write an entirely new song for the occasion. Now, us being us, that's easier said than done. We don't all live in the same country after all. But hey, this is the story of how it went. Now, someone always has to start writing the song. You can't do that by committee. And it just so happened that evening, our bass player Jamie went home and just before going to bed was telling his wife all about our plans and what we decided to do. At the end of the conversation, she said to him, Jamie, you filled my head with your weekend. And lightning struck. That was the kernel of the idea of the song that became The Weekend. The next morning, Jamie got up and worked out the initial chord progression for the song. And the band got together on a Sunday in February, having played a couple of gigs the night before, to begin work on the song in earnest.
It's not even on yet.
Not as long as you think.
Yes, though. You might just turn his keys down out of it. And vocal mic.
Yeah, you're right.
Some singers.
Yeah. And I don't know what he hasn't said whether we're sharing a kit. We haven't figured that out yet. So
She filled his brain with her weekend. The love she gave was his to spend. You filled my brain with your weekend. The love you gave is mine to spend. Tea.
how long's that?
Yes! I went down on the do me a favour. I went down and then went up. Yeah.
How long
that's
was
the way
that?
to do it, isn't it? Thanks, Dan.
How long was that?
Awesome, yeah, that's really good. Coming together.
Yeah, I really appreciate your calm words.
It's 3 minutes we're in.
One, two, three, four. What you can hear there is a click track and me conducting. We weren't going to get together again for another month, and we needed to practice. Bass drum now. So our solution was to come up with what we called a conductor track, a click track, triplets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and me highlighting when significant events in the song were going to occur. And to that, we practiced, and practiced, and practiced. We next got together in March. We had a gig that evening, and in what can only be described as a moment of madness, decided we were going to debut the song that night. With that in mind, we rehearsed in earnest.
We probably won't move around very much with this one, because it's quite new. But tell us what you think afterwards, okay? You fill my brain with your weekend. The love you gave was mine to spend.
And before we knew it, the weekend before the recording session was upon us. We had one last rehearsal, went to see local legends Hacktivist at the Crawford Arms, had a day of rest on Sunday when our singer SJ went up to Liverpool to see them win the title, before getting up at an unrighteous hour on Monday morning to head off to Warrington for our recording session at Ameritz Records.
It is Monday the 28th of April. It is about 4:30 in the morning and we are literally heading off to Ameritz Records in Warrington to do our recording session. Really looking forward to it, but also slightly tired. What do you reckon, Steve?
I couldn't disagree with anything you've said there. Slightly tired is the operative word. Yeah, rock and roll!
For 1 mile.
Keep your eyes on the road.
They can't help themselves, but it happens day after day.
records.
Turn left.
That's the amazing TMA here at Ameritz Records recording studio. We've literally arrived.
All the way down the stairs.
Well, that's you, not us.
And we are setting up in the studio. There's the two sound engineers, Joe and Jordan. Hi guys. Wow. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
8 AM on a Monday.
Watching musicians set up their gear. And having set up our gear, it was time to go for a take.
I got SJ, but I didn't get the
Narrative? The
narrative.
Oh, we were getting both.
Did you not get the click
Yeah,
track then?
I got SJ. I could hear him.
Right.
If that hasn't worked, he's back.
How's it going, Si, do you reckon?
Very well, very nice. Yeah, what a wonderful place.
So who's that over your shoulder? It's the marvellous TMA.
Marvellous.
He's been very nice to us.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my job.
Give it a day or so.
Lunchtime on the first day of our recording session at Ameritz Records. Stevie B has finished. He's done his drum tracks. And now it's probably next is Jamie, who's currently photographing a receipt in order to reclaim the VAT or something. Still sounding rushy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice pressure, man.
Nice pressure, buddy.
I thought it and I was like, yeah, stop.
So we're at the end of our first day here in Warrington, recording at Ameritz Records. We've had a great day, drum tracks down, bass tracks down, keys down, all pressure on me and the singers tomorrow, SJ and Jamie, to get it done. Having a great time, really can't wait to share it with you. We are on day 2 of our recording session here in Ameritz Recording Studios. There are our sound engineers, and hopefully you can see in the background Dan bashing away on his keys. So Dan actually needed to finish the second song we were doing, but after he'd done that, it was time for the guitars. And after the guitars, it was time for vocals.
Stop it. I can't do it when you do that. That doesn't make it sound any better.
Your mind was filled with cigarettes of cheap OKs and... Sorry. It's okay? Just open your eyes and be free.
get him to do that again.
Like that, very, very much. Just towards the end, it sort of petered out. But I would only say that the last bit, everything else, the first verse, stunningly spot on, Simon.
And after SJ had finished, it was time for Jamie to sprinkle over his backing vocals.
People and places who hide in their faces, so do me a favor.
What are you talking about?
And with some gang vocals, some percussion, and a guitar solo, we were done. So there we have it. That's what happened when we, PlasticSole, spent a couple of days up in Warrington at Ameritz Recording Studios. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the results really soon. But in the meantime, like and subscribe and listen to us on all your favourite streaming services.
Well, that's kind of all we had planned for. Except for this. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Sing with me now. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, you're the best. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was looking